that have come out of the book Sideways to the Top. Actually, it's been a really interesting exercise because the women profiled in the book come from such diverse backgrounds, and yet there are 4 or 5 key themes that come out that all of them possessed, that all of them followed. The main one was that they took charge of their careers. They didn't rely on an organisation to recognise them. They didn't rely on other people to help them up. They basically took charge of their careers. Well, what did that really mean? Well, first of all, they had a vision. They were very clear about what they wanted. Some of them knew they wanted to be a CEO or a senior executive from a very early age, others didn't. But they had enough vision to be able to recognise opportunities when they came up. The second thing is, invariably, they had families and a family life that encouraged them when they were girls to be whatever they wanted to be. So they never felt growing up that there were barriers in place simply because they were girls. And then later in life, when they had partners who supported them, who did enable them to be who they want to be. So they had support from a very early age, and that continued on when they were married or when they had partners. So that was really very important. Thirdly, they were very passionate about what they did. They didn't think about their careers in terms of a 9-to-5 job, but more about a passion that they wanted to pursue. And fourthly, they were very well networked. They didn't just look inwardly in terms of their own role with their own organisation, but they worked extensively with other women, and they developed good networks with other men as well, anyone who was in positions of power or who could influence them. And lastly, these women voted with their feet. If they were working in organisations who weren't supporting them, they then left those organisations. If they were encountering the glass ceiling and they could do nothing about it, they decided to move on and move to organisations that were much more welcoming of them and that recognised them and gave them much better career opportunities.